Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. It is Wednesday evening right now, about 5 to 9. I guess I'm starting bring you along on a day in the life, well, although it's not really day because the sun is going down, it's almost 9 o'clock, but a 24-hour day in the life, because tomorrow's Thursday, tomorrow's my day off, and I'll bring you through my activities tomorrow, starting with this evening. I worked until 8 o'clock tonight. For those of you who don't know, or if you're new to my channel, I live in Manitoba, Canada, and I work at a Canadian grocery store chain called Sobeys. And I finished work at 8 o'clock, and then I decided to run over to Superstore, which is another Canadian grocery store chain, to get a few things that are on my PC Optimum offers. The PC Optimum points program is something the Superstore has, and they send you offers, weekly offers on your app that are points for things that you normally buy. They track your shopping, and then they send you a certain number of offers each week that you can earn points on. You don't earn points on everything you buy in the store, but you do earn points if you shop those particular offers. And so each week you get a dozen or so offers, and you can defer up to 4 a week if you don't need those items. And if there's things on there that you really would never ever use, you can dismiss those offers entirely so they don't come back again. But those offers, every week, they expire Wednesday at closing. And so there was a couple of things on my offers I needed to grab. In the end, I only really got one thing on my offers that was expiring tonight, and that was butter. So the PC President's Choice brand, which is the store brand of butter. So I got 2 packages of sticks of butter because they're cheaper if you buy them in quantities of 2. And I do have some in the fridge, but I'm going to be doing some baking tomorrow on my day off, so I wanted to get that done. Get some of that while it was still on offers. Needed some milk, grabbed some carrots and parsnips and whatnot, just because I'm out of those things. My carrots that were in the fridge at home are liquid, and yeah, so I just wanted to grab some of that while I had the opportunity. And I've just been sitting here waiting in the car for the significant other here to show up from getting his stuff that he needed in the store. My seatbelt's not on, so don't drive just yet. Yeah, so I'm just wanting to get this video started by just telling you what I'm up to. And yeah, so tomorrow, hopefully, as I'm doing my baking and stuff, hopefully I'll bring you along for my daily adventures on my so-called day off. And it's starting to rain out here now, which is odd because we've actually been in drought conditions all summer, and now this week finally we've had rain, which is great. But the only problem with that is we are getting seepage in our basement at home every time we get a downpour. So it's good that we're getting some rain, but not so good if it comes down in buckets, because then that means we got to put towels down in the corner of the basement again tonight for the 3rd night in a row. So I'm going to stop this for the time being and head home, because I did work till 8 o'clock. It is now 9. I am tired. My feet are sore. I've got groceries to put away. I may do a brief grocery haul to throw in here to show you what I got. Most of what I got was not on my offers, but I did need some canned goods. Oh, actually, the other thing I did get that was on my offers was the PC or no name brand of canned vegetables. I did grab some of those. That was on my offers. So I will turn this off for now, and I'll show you what I got when I got home, and then I will pick up either later tonight again with laundry folding, or else I'll start tomorrow with baking or whatever, and bring you along on my adventures. So I'll see you shortly. Okay, it is now 9:10 and I am back home, so I'm going to show you quickly what I got for groceries. Not a lot, but a few things. Oh, and a couple of the birds are out and they've heard my voice, so they have had to come find me. Okay, so I grabbed a couple of zucchini. I bought Greek yogurt. Oh, that dish drainer needs to be strained. I hate seeing that in the background. Yuck. Bought a couple of zucchini. I had bought a couple weeks back, or a week or so back, because I was going to make double chocolate zucchini loaf, but unfortunately I didn't get around to it, and the zucchini went bad. And I do have some growing in my garden, but they are nowhere near ready to pick, so I grabbed 2 of those tonight. And I had bought the PC brand Greek yogurt last week when it was on my points offers then to go with it, but like I say, I never got around to it before the zucchini went bad, so I had to buy 2 new ones tonight. But I did check to make sure that the yogurt has not expired, and it's still good for another little bit, so I think for about a week, so I can still get that used up. So if I had to get a couple zucchini since the old ones were gone bad, so I bought 2 of those. That might be more than I need, but I'll just grate up the whole thing, and whatever I don't need I'll just freeze. Carrots 5-pound bag were on sale for $3.12 for a 5-pound bag. So limit of 4, but there's no way we need more than that, so that's totally fine. I just grabbed 1. I like to buy sometimes the baby carrots to have to munch on to eat in my lunches at work and stuff, but these are good like if you need to grate them for like muffins or carrot loaf or that kind of thing. and a bag of parsnips. I'm starting to think ahead to fall. I mean, I don't want to wish summer away yet, but fall is coming, and I'm starting to think about chilies and stews and soups a little bit. So I bought a 2-pound bag of parsnips because I know we're completely out. Those were $3.98. I've got some 1% milk, a 4-liter jug of that, because what I have is almost gone, and I think it's about to expire the next couple days anyway, so it's just about done. Got a container of strawberries. These were on sale, really cheap. They were 2 pounds. It was a $3.94, which is a really good price for them. But because they were so low, I had to check and make sure that none of them were bad, so I had to kind of pick through and find ones that were decent, and these ones were okay. And then I got two packages of the sticks of butter, the President's Choice brand, which is the store brand. And it was cheaper if you buy packages of 2. I believe they were, trying to find, $5.98 each or 2 for $11.76. So I got 2 packages. And again, I already have some in the fridge, but they're on my offers, and my offers do expire this evening. So grab 2 of those, especially because I do plan on doing some baking. I have that fire hall delivery coming up next week. And when I get in baking mode, typically I make 2 of everything anyway. I usually double my recipes, depending on what it is, if I have enough other ingredients. So I do have some butter already, but I want to get a few more while they're on my offers, and especially knowing that I have some baking I want to do. And if you saw in my banana coconut loaf baking video, I ran out of my sweetened coconut, so I got a 400-gram bag of that to get restocked. That was $4.48. And then, again, along the theme of thinking ahead to fall and chili and soup and stew season, my chili I make in my crock pot, I use 2 cans of Heinz chili style beans when I make it. I know I have 5 cans here, but that's because, pardon me, it was cheaper if I bought them in quantities of 5, and I didn't feel like buying 10, so they were $1.18 each or 5 for $5. So getting them this way, it was $1 a piece. They're not on my offers currently, but I am thinking ahead to fall, and because they're only $1 a piece, that's as cheap as they get, so I got 5 of those. I'm out of tomato paste. I do have some cottage cheese in the fridge, and I think I mentioned before that I want to get some no-name cheese next time that goes on my offers and get and use up the cottage cheese along with before they expire, which I think they're good till the end of the month, and make 2 pans of lasagna, 1 to eat and 1 to freeze, or 1 to give away if I happen to be recruited to do another meal train delivery for church or something. I'll see. So the 1 would be to eat right away, and 1 would either be a freezer meal for us, or 1 would be to give away, depending on if I'm having to do a meal train delivery. It just depends on what's going on there. Those were not on my offers. They sometimes are, but I realize I'm completely out of tomato paste. So, and now the no-name vegetables. The store brand is either the President's Choice, like the PC brand, or the yellow with the black bar that says no name. Those are the store brands. So no-name canned vegetables were on my offers as well. So I grabbed, and these were all, I believe, yeah, the mushrooms, I got 3 cans. They were $1 a piece as well. And 2 cream corn, they were also $1 a piece. And I believe the kernel corn were also $1 a piece. I'm trying to quickly, yes, whole kernel corn. So yes, they were all just $1 a piece for these cans. So that is what I got. And I'll give you a breakdown of the points here. You can see here the butter was 1,000 points per package for points, so I got 2,000 points there. And then for the no-name canned vegetables, that's the only other thing that was on my offers, 1,600 points. They were 200 points per dollar spent, and because I got 8 cans at $1, that meant I spent $8 times 200, so 1,600 points. Now, when I went into this tonight, I had 15,000 points, about 15,000 points left, which equated to $15 in PC Optimum points. You can only redeem in quantities of $10. And as I said before, I have previously been trying to build these up and use them at Christmas, but for various reasons lately, I've been in a position where I've been slowly using my points instead of saving them. So I used up my last $10. I redeemed 10. My total was $47.38, and then I redeemed $10 in points. So I spent $37.38. Now you can see I redeemed 10,000 points, and digital offers 3,600 points. That's the 2,000 on the butter, and the 1,600 on the no-name frozen, or no-name, not frozen vegetables, the no-name canned vegetables. I'm getting confused because sometimes no-name frozen vegetables are also on my offers at times. That leaves me with a closing balance of 8,854 points, which is not enough to have another $10 worth of points yet. I'm not quite at the $10 mark, but, you know, tonight now these offers end, and probably by about 10:30 at night, if I check my app, it'll show me what offers are coming up tomorrow. So there'll probably be some things on there where I can earn some points back again this next week. but I don't get paid till next week. So I'm probably, if I do buy anything at Superstore this next week, it'll probably be very minimal. It'll just be whatever I really need because I'm between paydays right now. But that's where things sit right now. I'm just going to get the butter and the milk and stuff put away and sit down and finally have some supper because it's 9:20 at night. I'm tired. It was a long shift at work and it's time to sit down for a little bit. And I have laundry to fold tonight, so I'll either bring you along with me when I do that, or else I'll just pick this up again in the morning and resume at that time. We'll see. But either way, we will see you in the next clip. So see you shortly. Okay, I'm back. It is now 9:54 in the evening, and I am going to start some dough in the bread maker and set it on timer overnight to finish around 10:30 in the morning so I can make cinnamon buns. And again, this is all part of me doing the baking for the fire department next week, although some of them will be for us to eat too, but I'm probably going to freeze some of them and then maybe I'll make a second batch again before next Tuesday too, just so that I have enough. But I'm going to start a batch of overnight in the bread maker. I have to drive my daughter to work at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, so I'm going to have this set to finish around that same time. It's only a 5-minute drive, so if I have it set to finish around 10:15, then when I get back, I can quickly try and get it rolled out and get the filling on and get them rising and, you know, just get on with it kind of thing. So right now I'm just trying to get this positioned a little bit here. This tripod is not the greatest thing. What I need for this, I need flour, which is not in the screen, but that's okay. Sugar, some skim milk powder, some butter or margarine. I need water, and 2 eggs, and then some bread machine yeast as well. So let me get started here. So I'm going to do the large batch, so that's 1 cup of water, and it should be relatively lukewarm. I just got to grab some measuring cups here. That's the one thing I did not get out yet. Not hot water, but not cold either. Usually lukewarm, but I'm going to be setting this on timer, so it'll just sit at room temperature overnight anyway. And my bread machine is fairly old. I can't remember how many years I've had it now, but it's a Black & Decker all-in-one horizontal bread maker. And the recipe I'm using is actually from a previous bread maker from an old Sunbeam one I used to have. It's a cookbook from that previous bread machine, so. But I happen to like that recipe. There is a cinnamon bun recipe in the manual for the Black & Decker bread machine too, but I like this one better. It's just a bit over 1 cup. Okay, so I've got my water. I've already set the clock on the bread maker because it was unplugged, so, but I'll still have to set the timer yet. So 2 eggs. These in the measuring cup for now. It's like a 1/4 cup of butter or margarine. I could just take a stick of butter and cut it in half because it's a 1/2 cup and cut it in half, but I'm always afraid that when I cut blocks of butter that I'm going to somehow not do it straight and be a little bit short on what I need, so I'm just going to measure it out. I'll just take a 1/4 cup measuring cup and I'll just spoon it in here. It won't take long to measure a 1/4 cup. And then I have to do 4 cups of flour. I don't know about you guys, but I tend to get in my head and distracted, or especially when I'm filming and I'm talking, and then lose count. And I'm like, did I just put 3 cups in or 2 cups? So I'm hoping to stay focused and not do that because I've done that before. And in some things, if you're just doing a bowl of dry ingredients, it's no big deal. You can scoop it out and start again. But for something like this, there's already water and butter in here. I can't scoop the flour out and start again. So I gotta make sure I get it right. Okay, my margarine. Could use butter, but I'm just sticking with margarine for this. Yes, I'm using my fingers to scoop it off the spoon, but I also just finished washing my hands in the background when I was running the water to measure out too. So, okay, now I need to get my flour. It's a big bag. It's a 10 kilogram bag, but I'll just drag it over here. And try and keep track of the 4 cups that I'm measuring out and don't miscount either way. I'm sure some of you probably make that same mistake too, where you miscount from time to time. Oh, I managed to get butter up on the side there. Okay, so let me grab my flour and drag it all the way over here. Oh, it's a heavy bag. Need a 1 cup measuring cup. Okay. So this way, when I get home from taking her to work tomorrow, I can get this stuff rolled out and get the filling on there and get them rising. I'm supposed to call a friend tomorrow morning around 10:30, who I haven't talked to in a long time. She's long distance. Our schedules just never seem to jive. So if I get back around 10:10 from taking my daughter to work, it's 2 cups. And I can try and quickly roll this out and get the filling on and get them rising before I call my friend, or I can put the phone on speaker and talk to her while I do it. That's 3. I'm trying desperately not to lose count, but I'm also trying to chat with you guys so that this isn't too terribly boring. So that was 3. Okay. And 4. Now I'm going to just spread that out because there's a lot of water showing. I know I don't have the tripod up high. This tripod is very bare bones. It does not elevate, doesn't raise or lower for you to look in here, but I'll pick it up and show you afterwards what everything looks like in here. Otherwise, if I could crank that up and show you what it looks like in there, I would, but it just doesn't. Still a little bit of butter left in that cup. I'm just going to quickly scoop it out. On top there. Okay. Now, next thing is 2 teaspoons of salt. So, the salt is over in the camera. 2 teaspoons. Okay. And 1/2 cup of sugar, so I need a 1/2 cup measuring cup for that. I still get to put all this stuff away, and then I get to go downstairs and fold some laundry. Ooh. Ooh. It's kind of like one of those funny bone moments where, I don't know, I have carpal tunnel in my wrist, and I had a moment there where I twisted my wrist funny and it went all tingly and numb. That was not a good feeling. It was kind of like when you get one of those funny bone things that isn't so funny. Not a good feeling, that wasn't. Okay, so 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. Okay, and 3 tablespoons of skim milk powder. I like baking, but the part I don't like is the cleanup after, but it's got to be done. 3 tablespoons of lemon. 2 and 3. And then 1 tablespoon. It says quick rise yeast. I just use bread machine yeast, but that's fine. Probably could just get a jar of the quick rise as well, but I've always just used bread machine and it's been totally fine. Okay, so that is where we're at. That is all the ingredients. Now I will bring you over here. Hopefully this thing won't flop around too desperately much. Whoops, of course it's going to turn. Okay, so now it doesn't want to sit stable. Even though it's on this tripod, it wants to twist and turn. Okay, so now I need to go through my menu and find the dough cycle. Where is it here? Dough cycle, okay. Close that. And timer, I want that to be done. Oh, when do I want it done? Timer, let's see, we're gonna pick about 10. I wonder if I can timer button to go to the minute. there we go. I'm going to make it to be about 10, because I'll be right back. Because otherwise, if I set it to come on at 10, I'm just leaving the house at that point. And it should say that the timer's on, but it does not. Okay, so what did I do wrong? Okay. There. And now start. Ah, yes, okay, I did it right, because that means, oh no, it does not. Hang on. Should say that it's on timer. I think I'm doing something wrong here because it should say timer. No. Okay, I'm doing something wrong here. I'm just going to pause this and try and figure it out, and then I'll bring you back to show you that the timer light is on once I get it all set up. Just a few minutes. Okay, I think we've got this figured out now. Push the timer. I've already set the hour, so that's fine. I'm going to set the minute, that's fine. I'm going to hold that till it stops blinking, and then we're going to push timer one more time. There we go. Simple as that. I had to dig out the manual for that bread maker to find out that simple little step. But anyway, it is now set. So it is 10:10 in the evening, and it is set for 10:10 tomorrow morning. So that should be good. I'm going to push it back in place. Yeah, it's showing 10:10 p.m. Let me just double check the time on that. The timer is 10:10 a.m. That's right. Oh, I just inadvertently disabled the timer doing that. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we're good. And timer light's back on. Okay, good. Push this back into place. And that's where it will sit for tonight, in its usual home. Okay, that is it. I need to put some stuff away. Perhaps I'll bring you downstairs. I need to fold some laundry, so I might bring you along for that. Okay, guys, it is now 10 to 11 at night, and I'm still going. I'm going to try and get this load of laundry folded. I'll see if there's another load I need to start or not. Let's see. Okay. These are my days. It's 10 to 11 at night, and I'm doing laundry. I only work part-time at the grocery store. I work right now 3 days a week. Financially, I would prefer to be back up to 4 days, but for the past year or so, most of us that were at 4 days a week have been cut back to 3 days. So, it's taken a little bit of a hit financially, which is partly why working my second job at the elementary school is so important, even though it's only a lunch supervisor program and it's only 1 hour a day, and I only bring home a couple $100 a month from that one. But when you're missing a shift a week at your primary job, every extra little bit helps. But the downside to it is I'm working 2 jobs during the school year, and that's exhausting. Maybe if I was my daughter's age, it'd be easier, but you know, the older you get, the harder it is to work 2 jobs. So school doesn't go back until the Wednesday after Labor Day. School has been out since just before Mother's Day. Usually it goes till June 30th, but our numbers due to COVID were spiking so badly that they shut school down in May just before Mother's Day. So we've been out of school since that time, which also means I have been missing that income since that time. And again, it's only a 1 hour a day job because it's just a lunch supervisor position. So it's only a couple $100 a month, but every little bit does help, especially when I'm working at my main job 3 days a week instead of 4. So right now I'm just doing the 1 job, which is easier on me as far as rest, but it's not as good financially. But these are my days. I've given the grocery store pretty much any time availability, but more often than not they schedule me for afternoons and evenings, so that does enable me to work the school job. So it's good and bad. On the one hand, it enables me to work the second job to have that extra income, but on the other hand, I would much rather just be doing the 1 job and just work days or the occasional evening at the grocery store. But financially, it's nice to have the second job. The downside is the rest and my energy. So, double-edged sword, right? So here I am folding laundry. This is not abnormal for me to be doing it at this hour. But here we go. It's almost 11 o'clock at night. I worked 3 to 8 today. My family did not have to make supper. Well, my husband made boiled some mini potatoes. That's it. But that's all that was really needed, I guess, because I made a chicken in the crock pot yesterday, and there were still leftovers from that. And the mini potatoes are easy, like they don't have to be peeled, they just have to be cut in half and boiled. And you don't even really need to cut them in half, technically. So that was all he had to do for supper, because the chicken, there was still leftovers, so he just had to make potatoes. So cut them in half, boil them up. That was all he had to do. Picked me up at 8, went to Superstore, got what I got on my grocery haul, which is a little bit earlier in this video, which was a small grocery order, but nonetheless it needed to be done because anything on my offers expires tonight. And then came home, filmed the grocery haul, and then put most of it away. I didn't put the canned goods away yet, but I put anything that needed to be refrigerated away. And then filmed myself getting the dough started in the bread maker for the cinnamon buns to make tomorrow morning. And then my daughter went to have her shower, and I decided that I needed to go around and feed the birds, our parrots. And yeah, some of them were pretty dire straits. They needed food, and sometimes their food dishes, if it's left up to her to do, they get refilled, but they don't get washed sometimes. So some of them were looking pretty bad. So a couple of them I had to take out and put in the dishwasher and replace with new ones, or just wash by hand if there was no duplicate for it. So I fed everybody except for the 2 conures. I thought they had food. Put some of the food dishes in the dishwasher if they needed to be washed and replaced them, or else if they didn't have a spare dish, I just washed them by hand, dried them, and refilled them. So they're fed. And then she came out of the shower and she said, oh, well, the conures do need food. I thought I fed them yesterday, but I guess they ate everything. So she fed them at least. But I fed the Senegal, the Indian ringneck, the African Grey, the cockatiels, and the Quaker. The budgies I think are still good because I did feed them yesterday and washed their dishes. But she fed the conures at least. So that's that. I fed them, and then putting those last dishes from supper, like my plate and the bird food dishes, in the dishwasher. That filled the dishwasher up. So as soon as I finished feeding the birds, I then started the dishwasher. And now we're here folding clothes. And a lot of these are towels because I'm not sure if I said in my video when I was making the banana bread or not, but we've been in a drought all summer here, and finally this week we've gotten some much needed rain, which is wonderful. The not so wonderful thing is that there's a couple corners in this house in the basement where I sleep that water seeps in when it's a heavy rain. If it's just a drizzle, it's fine, but if it's a downpour, if it comes down too much too fast, or even just too much, like an all-day rain, water seeps in, and it's goes mostly into one closet on the floor. So that has meant pulling things out of that closet and putting towels down to sop up the water as it comes in, and that has meant going through a number of towels that then needed to be washed and dried and now folded because I do all the laundry. So much of this load is towels. Some of this is uniform stuff over here. Most of this isn't even mine. I pulled out one pair of leggings that was mine, that's it. Most of it has been towels and their clothes. My daughter's t-shirt and my husband's uniform and his black t-shirts and stuff that he wears with his uniform. And that's it. There might be a couple pairs of underwear on mine, but that's about it. And then I need to check and see if I have enough to make another load to wash right now. I do have a few towels in there sitting in the washer that need to be washed. And I'll see if I have enough other clothes to throw in to make it a load. And when I fold my daughter's shirts, I do them in 3s instead of 2s. His I do in 2s. Hers I do in 3s because she has more t-shirts than anybody I've ever met. And her t-shirt drawer is overflowing. Now I have to take his uniform stuff. I don't know if you can see it off to the side, but it's stacked up on top of the bunny cage, and I need to take it and hang it up in the wardrobe in the next room for him. These are my pajama pants, and I have a pair of leggings. That's about all that are mine in this load, other than maybe some underwear that I haven't come across yet, or some socks. My leggings. 2 things. And so yeah, it is 10:58. Hopefully by 11:05 I'll be done this. And then maybe I can pop a load of laundry in the washer if there's enough to do it. And if so, that means I'll also probably stay up long enough to put it in the dryer when the load finishes, but that won't be a problem because I have some shows on PVR that I would like to watch that I've recorded. And I can kill some time while a load of laundry washes, catching up on some shows, because that will finally be a little bit of me time for the day. Now don't get me wrong, like, it's not bad. I did sleep in this morning because I didn't work till 3. But I also slept in this morning because, not last night, but the night before, I had a terrible sleep. And I was busy yesterday. I had a terrible sleep Monday night. And then I was up Tuesday running and getting my auto insurance changed over to the new bank account, and making the banana coconut bread, and making the chicken in the crock pot, and doing this, that, and the other thing. So I was pretty tired last night. I crashed. So I did let myself sleep in today because I didn't have to work till 3. And I knew there was chicken left over, so I didn't need to start something in the crock pot again for supper tonight. I figured they can fend for themselves, or make potatoes or something to go on the side with the chicken, which thankfully they did. Because usually I try and have a plan. Sometimes I've tried to leave it to them to make something while I'm at work if I work evenings, but it doesn't always work out that way. So I quite often try and have a plan or something going, or something that, a plan for them to tell them they can pop something in the oven while I'm at work, you know, leave them some instructions or something, because I'm not here to do it myself. So, okay, so these are going to go in her basket over here on the floor, and his are going to go on his dresser. Need to put these towels away, but I do not want to do that tonight. I don't know where, oh, there's my spare laundry baskets down here. Well, there's stuff in this one, so that means I have to lift everything out to get a spare laundry basket to put the towels in. Maybe I will. I probably should just do it. They shouldn't sit on the rabbit cage. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the hamper and it's plenty full. So I've got a few towels in here already. Quite often I sort these into darks or colors, but most of the stuff has been washed enough times it's not going to run. So I'll probably just make one load, darks and colors, just to make sure it's a full load. The only thing I will insist on doing separate is whites, our whites I should say. But these colors and darks have all been washed enough that they shouldn't bleed on anything, shouldn't run. Except for this yellow shirt is brand new, but I don't think it should be a problem. I don't think yellow is going to be an issue. I guess we're about to find out. If it turns his uniform shirts green, well, I guess I'll have to answer to that tomorrow, but I don't think that'll happen. Right now it's 11 o'clock at night. My feet are killing me, and it's a risk I'm willing to take it because I do all the laundry for everybody. So, and I don't mind, but I am tired and I am sore. Okay, so all that's left in there are some whites. Okay, I might just add these socks to the load. These are the only clothes I'm taking off on camera. But I'm trying to make use of this load. Toss them in there. Okay. Tie that in here. Set it on normal and let it go. Okay, now I just gotta hang up his uniform and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I hope I sleep properly tonight. I don't have to get up crazy early. I have to drive her to work at 10. It's a 5-minute drive from the house. And I don't need to be dressed fancy for that. I mean, obviously I will be going on camera shortly after that to get the cinnamon buns rolled out, but you're not going to see that much of me, so I don't have to be dressed fancy for it. So, even if I roll out of bed at 9:30, chances are I'll be awake before then, but 9:30 is not bad. It's only 11:04 right now. Okay, let me get a basket freed up here to put these towels in. Okay. I'm sorry if this bugs anybody, but I am particular about putting any matching towels together. Oh, these aren't all going to sit in here the way I want them to. Well, that's okay. I will do it however way I can work it. I like to put all the burgundy ones together. Probably sounds a little OCD. Probably am. Never been diagnosed with it, but I probably am because I am thinking about that. That's okay. When you're the one that does all the laundry in the house, you can be a little picky. I'm not putting them away in the linen closet upstairs right now. I cannot be bothered to do that at this time of night. I'm getting sweaty. That's a lot of towels. That's more than what that basket will hold. I don't care. Should I do this in the basket? I could. Probably will. Because they are stacked up pretty darn high. Come on. Look at that TV. That's an old printer. It needs to be gotten rid of because there's no software for it. And that TV, I don't know what we're going to do with it. It works, but not in use at all. Let's put these away tomorrow. Just thought I heard my daughter coming down the stairs and I wanted to make sure she knew I was filming because she's running around the house in the bathroom at the moment. She just had her shower. But I think she's just up in the kitchen. And actually, I've got a twin sheet that has been sitting up here for I don't know how long. That needs to go in the closet tomorrow too, so I'm going to put that in these couple of pillowcases. These can also go there. They also go to the linen closet, so they can go there tomorrow. Done. I am not putting them away tonight. Not going to happen. But I get most everything off of the rabbit cage. And speaking of, does he have food? He has water. Oh yeah, he has some food. So good. Somebody must have fed last night. But alright, that is it. It's 11:07. It says there's 33 minutes left on this washer load. So that means it should shut off around 11:40, which means it is now my turn to sit down and watch some TV and relax for a few minutes. And then I'll come back and put this in the dryer, probably be in bed by midnight with any luck. And I don't think I'll bother showing you that just because, you know, I don't think you need to see me transferring clothes to the dryer. It's not that exciting. But I'll be back tomorrow to do the cinnamon buns. See you then. Well, I'm back sooner than expected. It is 1:46 in the morning, Thursday morning. My insomnia is in full force. So here I sit at my computer trying to tire myself out. I've got some pictures on the screen here, some pictures I took during a beach day we had last month. And I was uploading a few of them in an email to our local news station. I have been dabbling in amateur photography for years, and I have had some pictures displayed on the local news station's Facebook page and on the evening news at times for the last 5 years here and there. So I was trying to pick and choose some of the better ones from the series upcoming here. This is actually quite nice. I probably should have sent that one in too. I found, see, that one's not as clear. Like, I know it's probably looking not too bad to you guys, but on my computer screen I can see it's not super clear. We came upon a swan family, and I took a series of photos of a swan family. So I decided to try and upload some of the better ones from that series of shots in a few emails, and as well I was also trying to update my planner as best I can, and I'm trying to do it color coded. It's I'm using pink ink for mine because I'm a girl and I like pink the best. That's probably my favorite color. And green for my daughters, and blue for a lot of other things, and just various things. So I'm trying to update it because, I mean, our work schedule at the grocery store, we don't know more than a couple weeks in advance. So you can see this week and that week are pretty blank still. I don't have our work schedules yet. So I was just trying to update that because so far I think I had only had that week filled in, and then I'd had my schedule that week filled in, but not my daughter's, because my daughter has had a work injury, so she wasn't in her department. She's been working in the lobby of the store instead, so her schedule had changed. Now this coming week she should be back to her own department, so I was just updating the planner because I'm a silly person. It's 1:48 in the morning and I should be sleeping, but I can't sleep yet. So there's that. And then so I have the monthly page, and then I've got the weekly pages as well, where I'm putting in the actual work shift times and hours. And yeah, so I need to go to bed. I need to try again. And if I can't, I don't know. The dryer did go off. That load I washed is done, but I am not folding laundry at this time. See, I'm yawning, but I know the minute my head hits the pillow, I'll be wide awake. And no, melatonin does not help me, so I don't know what to do. What I do know is if I sleep like crap tonight, I'll sleep very well tomorrow night, because that's the cycle I'm in. I'll have a bad night of insomnia, and then next night I'll sleep like a baby because I am exhausted by that point. So, anyway, that's it. I'm going to go try and sleep, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully I have no choice but to be up and at them in the morning because I got to take my daughter to work, and that was part of why I deliberately set the cinnamon dough on timer to be done at 10 in the morning, because that way I'm forced to stay up and get that done rather than crash and go back to bed after I drive her to work. Now, that's not to say that later in the day I won't have a nap. I might. But I'm just hoping for a half-decent night's sleep. It's almost 2. If I don't get up till 9 or 9:30, that will still give me 7 hours of sleep. But that's assuming I fall asleep right this minute. We'll see what happens. We'll see you in the morning or at some point tomorrow. Okay, hi again, everybody. It is Thursday afternoon now. It is actually 2:20 in the afternoon. I had to reset the timer for my dough because I had a terrible night of sleep last night. As you know, I was up crazy late, and I actually didn't sleep at all until almost 6 o'clock this morning. My insomnia was in fine form. And so I got up at that point and I changed the timer. Instead of finishing at 10:30 in the morning, I had it finish at like 2 o'clock this afternoon. So the dough is now done. I'm going to try and get this rolled out on the counter. I may or may not show you the rolling it out part, just because it is such a kind of a process. It's not always the easiest to roll out. I may wait until after it's rolled out fully, and then I'll show you me putting the filling on. But anyway, I'm going to get on with that. So yeah, my day off has taken a bit of a turn. I was supposed to get up and drive my daughter to work this morning, but she got up this morning and told me she was vomiting and had a bit of a stomach flu, so she called in sick. And at that point, I'd only slept a couple of hours anyway, because she got up about 9:30 to tell me that. And so at that point, I'd only been sleeping a couple of hours because, like I said, I didn't sleep till about 6 o'clock this morning. So I napped for a little bit longer and then got up, and then I had my scheduled phone call with a girlfriend of mine in Ontario, a longtime friend I've known since high school. We haven't talked for a long time, so we connected and had a nice long chat. And then my dough has just finished, so I'm going to roll this out, and then once I get it rolled out, I will bring you back on the tripod and show you me putting the filling on and stuff. And then beyond that, I don't know what the rest of the day is going to hold. I did just take some steaks out of the freezer. I'm hoping to maybe just do those on the barbecue tonight. See, I've got to wipe my counter down. There's obviously a drip there from something. Yeah, just dealing with a sick kid, well, adult kid in the house, and then now trying to salvage what's left in my day. And then the news station that I told you last night, in last night's clip that I emailed some pictures to, they contacted me today and let me know that they are using one of them on the 6 o'clock news tonight. Don't know if they'll be putting it on the Facebook page or not, but definitely on the news, which is kind of a nice, cool honor. They have used multiple pictures of mine over the last 5 years that I've submitted, probably close to 20 pictures that I've submitted over the last 5 years on their, either on their Facebook page and or on their evening news broadcast. So it's always a bit of an honor, a bit of a feather in my cap, so to speak, to me that they use them, because there are so many people emailing pictures to them to submit. But so it's kind of, I'm always honored when they choose one of mine. So anyway, that paid off sending those in last night. But right now I'm just going to go get this dough rolled out, and I'll be back shortly to show you me putting the filling on. Be back in a bit. Okay, so we have rolled out the dough. And I was trying to film this before, but apparently my camera or my tripod decided to turn, so it was out of frame for most of it. So we're starting this bit over again. What I did was I slathered the dough with a bunch of margarine, made sure it was completely covered, and then I had a filling which was a cup of brown sugar and 3 teaspoons of cinnamon, and I spread that all over so that this has all been rolled out. It's all been coated with margarine, and now I added the sugar and cinnamon mixture, and now I'm going to add some raisins, and then I'm going to roll it up. Yeah, I had quite a nice little lengthy clip going showing me sprinkling the cinnamon sugar and putting the butter on, but somehow or other the camera, the tripod decided to be unsteady and decided to turn without me realizing. Next thing I know, who knows how much of that video was out of frame, probably most of it. So we'll just make do with what we got here. I need a better tripod than that because this is not stable. I'm not going to completely cover it in raisins, but I am going to put some on there. Yeah, see, I'm shaking the table by doing this. No wonder it's moving. Okay. Depends whether you like, if you like raisins or not. It will depend on that will determine how many raisins you put in. If you absolutely hate raisins, you won't want to put them in at all. I like them, so I do put some in. I don't overdo it, I don't think, but I do put some. Scatter them all over. That should be about good, I think. Now I'm going to get this rolled up. And I'm going to tuck the ends in a little bit as I go. Try and roll it up fairly tightly. These ends are okay. I don't think they need to be tucked in. I don't think they're okay. Almost rolled up completely. Okay. Okay, so now we have it all rolled up. I'm going to grease some pans, and then I'll be right back and I'll show you me cutting them up and putting them in the pans, okay? I will be back in just a few minutes. Okay, I've got my pans greased, and we're going to try and get these cut up. I have 4 pans sitting here. I'm hoping, we'll see, I have a 5th one sitting off to the side in case I need it. We'll get these guys sliced up in here, and then I have to have them go rise. about 45 minutes to an hour. It says 45 minutes, I believe, in the cookbook, but I usually do give a little bit longer. 4 pans should do it. I do have a 5th one on reserve here just in case, but I think 4 will probably be enough. Tuck that back in there. This dough is slicing really nicely. Cinnamon bun there, coming along nicely. That raisin is trying to come out and pop it down the middle of that one. Push it back down there. That one has 4. If anything, I might end up having a 5th one in the middle of some of these. Doing the end piece here. In the middle of one of these. Right now I'm in the middle of the roll of dough, so these are fairly large, this is the tallest part of the dough, but that's okay. That one just needs to be tucked in. Now, for sure I'll get a 4th pan, but will I need a 5th? That's what I don't know. Probably, maybe? I don't know. No, I think I can just make do with 4. Well, this one's getting a little tougher to cut. That's better. That one's a little thicker than some of the other ones, but I don't know if I dare try and cut that one in half. I'm going to try. Okay, I could do it. It's a little thinner, but it's all right. Made it work. Put that one right in the middle. It's either that or that one would have been much thicker than the other ones. And I'm trying to get them all somewhat consistent. It's a little bit thinner, but it's still better than having one that's too thick, and that particular bun will need longer cooking time than the rest of them. Okay, so I've got my 4 pans already. Now I just need to go and get my oven preheated just a smidge, and I'm not going to have it on for very long, just long enough to warm it up, and then I'll turn it off, and I'll cover these with tea towels and get them put in the oven. Okay, I have the oven set to like 195. I was preheating it just to warm it up. I'm going to cancel that because I just checked. It's plenty warm in there. I don't know that it ever got to 195, but I was just making sure that it was warm in there. So I'm turning that off, and I've got 3 pans of 5 buns and 1 pan of 4 buns, so 19 cinnamon buns. Now I'm going to cover each pan with a towel, and I'm going to put them in the oven to rise. Yeah, it's plenty warm in there, so that'll be good. That is my Quaker parrot going off in the background yelling, "Hey." I'm not sure who he's talking to, but possibly me. He's trying to get my attention. I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to make sure that didn't move, did it? Oh, they're still fine. Okay. These are good. In the oven. And the 4th one. Okay. Close that up. And my cookbook says to cover and let rise in a warm place until almost doubled in size, about 30 to 40 minutes. So I'm going to give it about 45 minutes. Timer is set. And then at that point, we will preheat the oven to 375 and bake. So we are finally in the oven, rising. This dough was supposed to be done at 10:15 this morning. It's now 3:25 and I'm just getting it in the oven. So all my plans of baking cinnamon buns and other things are out the window. Looks like probably just the cinnamon buns will happen today, which wouldn't be a big deal. It'd still be a perfectly fine, productive, normal day off, except that I am trying to bake extra for this delivery I'm doing next week. So it is what it is. Unfortunately, Insomnia was in fine form last night and caused a lot of problems. Okay, so I will show you what they look like when they're risen and when I'm about to put them in the oven. So I'll see you guys in about 45 minutes or so. Okay, my cinnamon buns are well risen, as you can see, and I'm now preheating the oven to bake them. So they have risen very well, definitely doubled in size as they should. Some of them have gotten rather tall, like this guy over here. Interesting how that one's just popping out of the middle. So they look good. That is Ruby hollering in the background in the next room, making her random African gray parrot sounds. So once this is preheated, I'll get these in the oven and then I will show you what they look like when they come out. Okay, here we have the finished product. We have 4 completed pans or fully baked pans of cinnamon buns. They are out of the oven. I got to turn my oven off now. And then now I have to move on and think about what we're doing for supper because it's already almost 5:30. So this is how they turned out. The back two pans, I somehow or other missed hearing my timer go off to say that they were done. So I think they had baked a little bit longer, a few minutes extra than the front 2 pans. I was a little bit more aware of the timer for the front 2 pans. So those came out on time. The back 2, I think, had a few more extra minutes. So those are probably, the back 2 pans are probably the ones that we will eat. And then the other ones are the ones I'll save to put in the delivery next week, probably. Just because I think the back 2 might be a little bit overdone. Maybe not, they're not burnt, but they might just be a smidge overdone for my liking anyway, as far as for what I would give away. So this is how they look. They all turned out pretty well though. I may do another batch again, maybe on Monday, just to have enough for what I'm trying to do, especially for any that I'm sharing in the giveaway. But that is it. So those are finished. Now I got to get my kitchen tidied up a little bit, put back together, and figure out some sort of a plan for supper. I did take some steaks out to thaw, so they hopefully might get done on the barbecue with any luck. All right, we are back again. It is now almost 9 o'clock at night. I've got my work cut out for me here. I've got cinnamon buns to package up and put away, at least cover up whatever ones we're keeping out so they don't dry out. Put some in the freezer. I've got canned goods I bought last night that have to be put away downstairs. A dishwasher to be unloaded and reloaded. A water pitcher to fill. These things here are things that my daughter wants to donate, but she just abandoned them there on the kitchen counter. So yeah, some of these bananas, I just don't want there to be fruit flies being attracted. So if I have to work tomorrow, I'm not off till Saturday. It's Thursday night right now, so I may just throw some of those bananas in the freezer so that we don't get fruit flies in here. And just leave out a few for eating. Yeah, I gotta reload the dishwasher. And like I say, these things are sitting here needing to be emptied. So that'll be something else I've got to do. So let's put you on the tripod and let's get this done. Hopefully this kitchen cleanup won't take too desperately long, but I guess we'll find out. Primarily start with the dishwasher. That'll be once I get that emptied out, that'll be half the battle. I'm incredibly tired. I did not sleep until 6 o'clock this morning, and even then it was only like 3 hours, so if that. So, like I said, it wasn't the most productive day off I wanted to have, but things changed. This plan for today changed with my kid getting sick and with me not sleeping. So my original plan for the day went out the window. I did get the cinnamon buns made, although 2 of the pans stayed in a little bit longer than I intended, so they got a little bit overdone, but they're not burnt. They're just more overbaked than I would like, as far as if I'm giving them to somebody. So those will be for us. They're still totally edible, totally fine. I've had one already. I just get frustrated with myself because they shouldn't be overdone. I should have been able to hear the timer. had to go get a tea towel. A few things up top here have some water on them. Technically, I do have a little laundry downstairs that I should probably fold too. I'm really quite the night owl normally, probably too much so, and usually I'm up pretty late, but tonight I am dead tired. This is what happens though. This is the vicious cycle of my insomnia, is that I will sleep really well tonight because I'm exhausted. And then tomorrow night I'm probably back to the same game of being awake most of the night again. No melatonin does not help me. So, I don't know. This is just life. A lot of people at my work say this is just a typical middle-aged woman thing, and I'm like, oh, thank you very much. So I don't know if that means I just have to resign myself to it, and this is life from here on out, or if there's a solution out there I'm not aware of, or what. All I know is it's miserable. And once September comes and I'm back to working both jobs, it'll be even more fun. Trying to have enough energy to do both jobs while only getting a decent night's sleep every 2 nights instead of 1. And that only because I'm driven to the point of exhaustion. That will not be fun. I need to find a solution, but I don't know what that is. And right now, I don't know that I fully care. I just want to get my chores done here and... find the lid for this, and it goes down here. Things put away as much as we can. We've had a few birds out of the cage today, letting them have their time out to play. But with that, when they're out of their cage, comes mess. Because they're not like a dog that you can put outside to go potty, or a cat that uses a kitty litter box. They go wherever they want to. So, there is that. So that's the what you sign on for when you have birds as pets. It's going to happen. Not the end of the world. It's just one other extra thing to do. Let's see. Get these lids put away. I know I'm off camera, but that is okay. These are not all fitting in here the way I want them to, but that is also okay. Huh. Whatever. I probably don't have them in there the way I usually put them, but I'm not going to fuss about that. Mason jar, take downstairs, measuring cup. Now, the pans of cinnamon buns that I'm going to pop in the freezer, I'm not going to worry about taking them out and putting them into containers. I'll just freeze them in the container. I'll just cover them with tin foil or a Ziploc baggie and freeze them like that for now. And then I'll take them out on Monday night or Tuesday morning or whatever when I'm putting the baskets together for the fire hall, and I'll take them out at that point and thaw them, let them thaw at room temperature, and then I'll put them into whatever basket or carton I'm taking them and taking the delivery in. Okay, so almost there, almost unloaded. And I'll get this reloaded. I'm hoping that tomorrow's shift at work goes smoothly. It's an evening shift, and my daughter is feeling well enough tonight that she thinks she'll be able to go back to work tomorrow. She's keeping food down now, so that's a good sign. Seems to have been a 24-hour bug. I guess we'll see if I get it, because if I do, I guess I won't be going to work tomorrow. But so far I feel okay-ish. I guess we'll know by tomorrow morning whether she's sharing with everybody in the house or not. You know how these bugs go. Because when somebody comes out of the house with it, everybody gets it. So. I think my big bird, Ruby, I think she wants back out of her cage. But that's not going to happen tonight. Well, if it does, it won't be till I'm done in the kitchen because I can't be monitoring her while doing this. She's making noise in the other room because she's trying to get our attention. My attention in particular. She hears me talking and I'm not coming to get her out of the cage, so she's upset. Okay. Okay, it's unloaded. Now to reload. And then I gotta take all these lovely cans downstairs. Closing cupboard doors and drawers. That I think is my daughter's leftovers. I wonder if that'll fit in this container. Should. That'll work. Okay. That would be my parrot barking like a dog because she's not getting her way. That is what Ruby does when she is not getting her way or getting attention. Thing is, if she's in the kitchen though, she likes to be up on the kitchen counter, which is not a good thing because, well, if I have nothing out on the counter, it's no big deal. But at a time like this, when there's knives and glass and dirty dishes and stuff, not a good time to have her up on the counter. But she doesn't understand that. She just wants her way. Like a little kid. And throws a fit when she doesn't get her way. So, and you can't reason with her because she's not a human, right? So. Okay. Now, I wonder, can I put that in there? I think I can. I think that'll fit in there. Okay, sort of in there. Not really. Okay, I'll put it at the top. Sometimes I put the littler measuring cups down there in the cutlery thing if they're small enough, but that one's a little bit too big. A little too wide to sit where it should, so that is okay. Alright. Okay, so what am I doing? I need to put the bowls down here. Package up these cinnamon buns. See if the bottom is cool. Oh yeah, it's cool enough. See, turned out not bad. And yeah, I think I'm not going to get a chance to bake again now, unless I do some baking tomorrow night after work, which I don't know that I will. I would bake again Saturday if we don't go to the beach, but if we do go to the beach like I want to on Saturday, then I won't be baking then, and I work Sunday. The delivery is Tuesday, so Monday will be the next chance I have to do much baking, and I'll have to do a good bit that day. So if I do anything with bananas, or even if I don't, even if I just use the bananas for something for us, I will need to pop these in the freezer. I'm going to take most of them and put them, I'll probably just put them in the freezer up here for now, and then I'll move them downstairs, because this freezer up here is supposed to be for meat and french fries and frozen veg. But I may just put them up here for the time being until they are frozen, and then move them downstairs. I'll see. Not a huge fan of doing the frozen banana thing, because I know they are slimy when you use them, but at the same time, you just peel the peel off, and they'll be fine. They'll squeeze right into your batter. So there's two that'll go in the freezer. Those are done. How many are there? These are for the ones that'll be left out to eat. Okay, sounds good. Let me get these in the freezer here. All right. So it is 9:13. My daughter's having a shower. After being sick today, she feels the need to, she usually showers at night anyway, but she's feeling the need right now to freshen up a little bit. It's totally fine. Yeah, I can tell these are a bit overdone. They're sticking to the pan a little bit. I probably should have got a different size dish than this. Yeah, usually they don't stick to the pan like this. They are greased, but I can tell this means that they're overdone. They don't usually stick quite like this. The ones that aren't overdone will not have this problem. They'll be easier to take out. I like the raisins in them. I don't know if everybody else does, but nobody in my family has specifically said to do them without raisins, so I do them with, usually. Okay. I think I'll put some water in that. We'll loosen that out a little bit. I would just put it directly in the dishwasher, but that stuff is pretty caked on, so I think I'm going to just let it soak for a while here. Got one larger container instead of this. I was mistaken about the size of container I needed. You know what? I think I'm going to get a bigger one, and I'll just wash that one, because that is not big enough. The cinnamon buns are too big. I have no room on my counter. No room. It still isn't the hugest container, but it's deeper. I can also stack them if I have to. Okay. Yeah, and I can already see a little tiny fruit fly in here, so I think it's time to get those bananas frozen. You can't, at this time of year in August, you can't leave fruit on your counter at all, because it will attract the fruit flies like nothing. So, they're not bad yet. I only see a couple, but I just don't want them to get any worse. And that means I'll probably also take the remnants, the last of the bag of potatoes that's on the floor, and put them in the fridge too. Okay. So that's enough to keep out to eat. And I'm going to also put some water in this pan to soak too. Oh, I need to keep some room open to fill the water jug. Not right now. Do that later. So which freezer am I going to put the bananas into? Probably not the fridge freezer. Well, that's what's closest. I wonder if I have any room to pop them in there. I do. If I take these other loaves, I have a loaf of banana coconut loaf and a loaf of, if I take the banana coconut loaf to the downstairs freezer, I'll have room. Put it that way. So. Toss some bananas in here. Oh, they're already starting to split. It's not good. Just going to put them in here. Yeah, I can see that these bananas are already very ripe. Time to get them in the freezer. They were a great deal at 33 cents a pound. However, they are now getting to the point that they are overripe, which is good for baking. But I won't get to doing any baking for the next few days, so it's time to put them away. They're all overripe. Oh, that one's falling right off. Okay, so let's just pop these right in the freezer. They're overripe. And once they're frozen solid, I'll take them down to the downstairs freezer. Okay. I'm filming from so. There. Enough. And on the same side, I'm going to put the potatoes in the fridge too, because even with the fruit off the counter, the potatoes will also attract the fruit flies. So they're going in the freezer. Fridge. There's not a ton of room in the fridge for the potatoes, but whatever. Okay, so bananas are all in the freezer. If anybody wants to eat a banana, it's too late now. They're all overripe, so they're all being frozen because there are fruit flies starting to come. And the sooner we get a hold of it, you get control of that, the better. And, yeah. This, my daughter bought this 2 liter. I don't know where we're going to find room in the fridge for it. I guess we'll figure it out too in the door of the fridge. Ha! Good luck with that. There is no room even in the door of the fridge. Okay, well, I don't know. I'm making noises I shouldn't be there. I can put it here. No, that doesn't work either. That shelf isn't that tall, really. Okay, that'll work. I know you can't see what I'm talking about. I've got the fridge open back there. And yeah, I don't have, I guess if I move both pans to one sink, I'll have room to fill the water jug. She wants this dictionary and thesaurus and other things donated somewhere, but we'll see. I may have to put out the cider vinegar and the dish soap to trap the fruit flies, to trap them tonight, because there are some bugs starting. Something I did not need right now, but it is typical for this time of year. Go down and see if I have some downstairs. I'll leave with you. And yeah, that's about it. Okay. So this is where we're at. I just need to put these guys in the freezer, put the bird food dishes away, put the saucepan away, and put all these canned goods away downstairs. My measuring cup and funnel up in the cupboard. This mason jar I will probably leave out because I'm going to need to put some cider vinegar in there and some dish soap to trap these fruit flies before they get any worse. And I think that's about it. Okay, so that's about all I can handle. It is 9:23. This has been a bit of a marathon video, as you've seen. Started 24 hours ago and ended now. It's going to be a long one. Hopefully it'll be not overly long, that I can still get it uploaded to YouTube. It's a cooler day today, but I'm still very, very warm right now. Even though we've got the windows open and it's not a hot day at all. I think I'm just overtired because, again, I was awake till 6 o'clock this morning. I've had maybe 3 hours of sleep. And I still have a load of laundry to fold downstairs. But I'm not going to drag you along for that because you've already seen me do that the other day. So don't want to bore you too terribly much. But this is, in some ways, it's a normal day in my life, where it's 24 hours of, you know, I don't sleep, but it's my day off, and I got a bunch of stuff to do on my day off, and some of it gets accomplished, some of it not, all depending on how much sleep I do get or don't get. And yeah, I just have to get these canned goods put away and the cinnamon buns in the freezer, and hopefully crash early tonight. Maybe I'll get that load of laundry folded, or maybe it'll wait till tomorrow morning. We'll have to see. But I do hope you enjoyed this. I know some of it was kind of mundane, houseworky type stuff, but hopefully you enjoyed it anyway. And if you did, I hope you will subscribe if you're new. Do leave a comment down below, and I hope you'll give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and we'll see you next time. And hopefully next time you'll see me on camera a lot more rested. So hopefully, I still want to do another video of baking my double chocolate zucchini loaf, for one thing. Yeah, and I'll show you guys hopefully the put together baskets before I take them to the fire hall next Tuesday as well. So stay tuned for a couple of upcoming videos for more baking and for seeing the delivery baskets all set up before I deliver them, so you can see exactly what it is I do and what all I put in them and how that all turns out. All right, hope everybody has a great night, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.